If you've ever felt overwhelmed by the world of dog supplements with actually beneficial versus what's just marketing hype, this discussion's for you. Today, we're going to be breaking down the facts with someone who knows this space inside and out. My name is Shannon, and I'm the founder of Reva. At Reva, we're on a mission to help pet parents confidently choose the best products for their pets. That means trying to cut through the noise, prioritize transparency, and curate brands that we can truly trust. And this is why I'm so excited to be joined by Joy Timmer today, who's the founder of Scrumpf, a brand that's redefining the dog supplement space with real transparency and science-backed ingredients. Thank you so much, Joy, for joining today and being able to share your knowledge with me. I'm really excited to hear.
Oh, no, thank you for having me. I'm really excited.
So what I'd love to start with is just a bit around your journey. So what led you to create Scrumpf?
Yeah, so I had actually worked in the dog food industry and saw the brilliant industry that it is, but also that it hides a lot as well. So the big brands that are out there are using, big budgets and also very clever marketing to, I guess, almost pull the wool over the eyes of the customers. So the ingredients that are in a lot of the dog food is pretty poor quality, and you wouldn't think it from some of the brand packaging. But yeah, there's a lot out there which is not great, and there's also a lot of what you think are individual brands which are actually owned by the likes of Mars and Nestle, and obviously they have shareholders to answer to. So profit is the key. And so, yeah, quality of ingredients is not high on their priority list. So I really wanted to create a brand which was really transparent with what we put in there, using the best ingredients, using natural things. So every part of the business is natural. I don't use any fillers, derivatives, additives, binders, sugars, basically every ingredient that goes into my products has to have a purpose, whether that's the supplements, the food, or the treats. So yeah, if it doesn't have a purpose for the dog, a beneficial purpose, it's not in there.
That's exactly the same journey I went on with Smokey, my cat. Very similarly, you look at the ingredients on the back of the brands that you think you can trust. So it's shocking. Like in some cases, it's 4% meat and the rest is fillers.
Exactly.
And how is this even legal?
Yeah, it's totally legal. And you can even, you don't even have to state which meat is in there. Sometimes if you turn it over, if you get a pedigree packet, it'll just say meat and animal derivatives. You have no idea what kind of meat it is. So if your dog's got an allergy, there's no way you can even tell whether they're allergic to the food, because you don't know what animal it is, what protein it is, what parts of the animal are used, or the offcuts. So yeah, it's actually kind of laughable. They can call something like, I don't know, chicken on the front, and like you say, you got 4% chicken in.
Talking about the industry as a whole, because it can be really, really confusing for pet parents. So what is the real deal with dog supplements?
Yeah, dog supplements. It's an interesting one. So obviously human supplements have boomed in the last few years. So naturally, dog supplements have come to the front as well now. People are realizing that there's, supplements can actually have a beneficial role in their dog's health. So it's kind of a market which has come about quite quickly, I'd say. And 5 years ago, I don't think people would have been buying dog supplements, but they are a really vital part of your dog's health if used correctly. If you've got an issue, a particular issue, a supplementation can really help, and can actually prevent issues down the line that could be quite costly going to the vets if you can prevent it earlier.
Looking at the dog supplement space, there are a lot of buzzwords, and it's not really always clear, what's real, what's important. What are some common misconceptions or myths about dog supplements?
Yeah, so I'd say 80 to 90% of what's on the shelves in the dog supplement space is actually pretty poor quality, and I wouldn't touch it with a barge pole. Wow. So I'd say one of the main misconceptions is actually around joint care. So joint care is often seen as an old dog's supplement, as in you should only be giving it to your dog when they reach their older age, and young dogs don't need it, which is completely false. The best thing about joint care is to start it early, particularly if you have a larger dog breed. So if you've got, I don't know, like a Great Dane, not even a Great Dane, smaller than that even, like your Labradors, your German Shepherds, Vizslas, Dalmatians, Weimaranas. Those dogs often struggle with hip dysplasia in older age and are more prone to arthritis as well. So those dogs would really benefit from joint care supplementation. And also your active breeds, like your sighthounds, your spaniels. Any dog which just loves running around the park and jumping off things would also really benefit from supplementation early. And when I say early, I mean as early as a year old for joint care, which seems wild. And people wouldn't think that. But like my dog is nearing a year old now, and in the next few months, I will be starting her on joint care, because if you've got a good joint care supplement, there would be no downside to giving it, only benefits. So if you've got no bad ingredients in there, they're only going to benefit the dog. So I think it's something that you can, as a gift, you can give your dog, because nobody wants to have a sofa dog when they're older. The dog, dogs love running around and jumping off things, and for them to be bed bound in their old age is not fun. So I think, the best gift you can give your dog is the joy of movement.
Similar to how we look at our own health as humans, which is a lot of preventative measures to elongate our lives and being active later on in life. What should we be looking for as dog owners when we're looking for dog supplements?
First of all, be picky about the kind of supplement that you're looking for. So I'm seeing a lot at the moment on Instagram and things about daily supplements and daily vitamins. I mean, if your dog is eating a good quality complete food, they don't need a general vitamin. They all get most of their nutrition from their food. So it's almost like a house. Like, you want to have the foundation right, and then the good supplements for specific issues can be your enhancement, but you don't need a daily vitamin, because majority of that should come from their diet alone. You shouldn't be, substituting a poor diet with vitamins. Like, that's an absolute no-go. So focus on the food first, and then the supplements for specific issues. But then the other thing you can do to spot problems in your supplements is fillers, binders, and additives. So if you see things like pea flour, like potato starch, anything with maltodextrin in, which is a sugar, sugars themselves. If you see sunflower oil, if you see colorings, that's the one which I've seen recently. I mean, why on earth would you have a coloring in a dog supplement? Pea flour I mentioned before, just avoid. And the other thing which I noticed, which I'm actually going to show you, I'm not going to show the brand, but I can show you the back of this pack, which I saw, and it says, I'm not sure if you can see on the camera, but 30 of these a day is what you could give, which is wild. I mean, it just shows you how little percentage is actually, this one's a calming supplement, but how little is actually calming. The dosage rate is so high. So, I mean, in this supplement, I mean, the hemp is 2%, which is absolutely nothing.
It's not going to do anything.
It's not going to do anything at all. So there's a lot, I call it like snake oil. There's a lot of snake oil on the market, and there's lots of self-proclaimed dog nutritionists and canine nutritionists, which I'll just caveat and say that no one can actually get a dog nutrition qualification in the UK. It's not a recognized thing. So you can take a course, but there's no qualification for it. So anybody can call themselves a dog nutritionist, absolutely anybody. There's no guidelines around it. So just be really mindful when you see these people on social media pushing a product and saying that they're a dog nutritionist and that your dog needs this, because often it's not true, and they're often pushing their own kind of product, or they're getting a pushback in some way. So just be ingredients is number one. Check the ingredients, check the dosage, and just avoid those common ingredients.
So should you be looking at all supplements as preventative for the dog? So even like your other supplements, the calming, the digestion, are those all looked at as preventative as well?
Not so much the calming and the digestion. So calming can work immediately. So it's not really like a long term. You can have it every day, but it's less for preventative. Joint, I say, is preventative, and digestion again is just helping with their general gut flora. So it's a mixture, basically.
I just want to do a couple rapid fire questions. Can all dogs genuinely benefit from supplements?
Yes, but it depends on the supplement. So I would say every dog could benefit from a good quality joint care supplement, but then not all dogs need a calming supplement. I wouldn't give my dog calming supplement because she doesn't need it. So you don't need to be giving them every supplement under the sun. It needs to be, again, like if you see that they've got an issue that you can help with supplementation, use it. Otherwise, don't bother.
What's one ingredient pet parents should absolutely avoid? I think you've mentioned a few already.
Oh, there's a few. I would say colorings, just totally unnecessary. Totally unnecessary.
And what's the most underrated supplement or ingredient?
I always say green lip muscle powder, but I'm going to be a bit different. I'm going to say brewer's yeast. Brewer's yeast is, you don't really hear about it, whereas green lip muscle powder, you often hear it shouted about. But actually brewer's yeast has got like B vitamins, it's got E and C, it's just fantastic. So it's kind of, again, like it's an ingredient which will help your dog in so many different ways. And actually I've got it in all three of my supplements for that reason, because it can help with so many different things.
And finally, if you could leave our pet parents listening with just one piece of advice about dog supplements, what would it be?
I would say avoid anything that is in a chew format, chew or gummies, because that means it's got glycerine in. It's got things in there that are purely there to make the supplement a nice texture, which has absolutely no function for the dog, and often, yeah, things that shouldn't be in a dog supplement. So just avoid chews and gummies and you'll be fine.
So it should be powder format?
Powdered format or an oil format, but yeah, just not a chew or gummy, because they have to add things like glycerine in to get the nice texture, and binders and fillers to keep it all compact and moist, essentially, which again, yeah, there's no health benefit to the dog with that.
Been so useful. Thank you so much, Joy. I
Not
really,
at
really
all.
appreciate your knowledge and advice to pet parents. I know this is going to be really useful. So thank you.
Thank you.